Depending on the version of this device you're using, you may not have access to features like dictionary definitions, voice recording, word practice, and portable document scanning. But regardless of the product you're using, the reader is at the heart of your device's functionality. You can see which features are available on your device by checking the logos in the corner of the screen. For this video, I'll be using the Reader 2 to demonstrate the Reader function. The Reader 2 is this version of the product with the white-coloured casing, but if you're using the orange Exam Reader 2 or the blue Secure Reader 2, the basics of the Reader function will work in exactly the same way. At its simplest, the Reader function is a text-to-speech engine that turns printed text into audible speech. To use the Reader function, choose Reader from the main menu and you'll be prompted to scan to read text. To scan text, hold the device at a 75-degree angle and scan the line of text in a constant and steady motion, keeping the text in the center of the scanning window. Lift the device when you reach the end of the word or sentence you want to scan, and the text will be read back to you. You'll notice that as well as audio feedback, you also get visual feedback. You can see that as the words are spoken, they are mirrored visually by the highlighted text. Combining visual and audio feedback has been shown to result in greater levels of retention than audio feedback alone. In addition to this standard setup, there are multiple settings that can be adjusted to tailor this feature to your individual needs. You'll notice that almost as soon as I lift the device up from the page, text-to-speech playback starts. This can be a great setup if you're a more advanced user or someone that only wants reading assistance for the odd word or so. Reading in this mode allows text-to-speech playback to fit seamlessly into your reading flow, allowing for you to get assistance for the word you are struggling with and then carry on with your reading without being distracted or being overwhelmed by the device. This mode also works well for advanced language learners or those working in a second language. There are a few reasons you may want to turn auto read off. For instance, you may want a little more time to process the sentence you've read before text-to-speech playback is started. If you want to create a longer pause while using auto read, select Settings from the main menu and then choose Read Delay. Here you can create a delay of between 0 and 3 seconds from the point the device is lifted from the page to the point that text-to-speech playback starts. Another reason you may want to turn auto read off is if you want to scan longer sentences or text that needs to be scanned in more than one pass. To turn off auto read, while in reader mode, press the menu button to bring up the context menu and select auto read, then press the right navigation button to toggle it on and off. To scan longer sentences, you'll also need to adjust the scanning mode. When you select Scan mode from the context menu, you'll have the choice to append or replace. With replace, every time you want to make a new scan, the text from the current scan will be replaced.
Circle. Rock. Cakes.
Using replace, you can speedily work through documents quickly, checking the pronunciations and definitions of unfamiliar words. This mode works well if you need help reading or pronouncing the odd word in your first language, or if you're reading printed text in a second language that you're learning. With append selected, the text from multiple scans will be combined, so you can scan sentences that span multiple lines. When you finish scanning, press the OK button to manually start text-to-speech playback. You'll need to have auto read turned off to get the best out of append mode. As well as its text-to-speech playback, this product can also help with comprehension and vocabulary. If you highlight a word and press the OK button, the selected word will be enlarged and repeated, so you can practice pronunciation and get more familiar with the word's spelling. You can repeat this as many times as you'd like. To select a single word from a larger text, use the navigation buttons. For comprehension and clarity, you can also search the dictionary definitions of unfamiliar words. With the relevant word highlighted, press the menu button to bring up the context menu and select Look Up Word. You can now scroll through the dictionary definition or press the OK button for text-to-speech playback.
The shape of a coin or wheel, an
If you want to save the words or texts you've scanned to practice or refer to later, press the Return button while in reader mode, and you'll be given the options to save the word or text to the library. Select Yes, and this text will be saved to playback or refer to later. Words you've repeated or enlarged using the OK button, or words you found a dictionary definition for, will automatically be added to the Practice Mode word list. You can learn more about the library and Practice Mode in dedicated videos on our Training Hub or YouTube channel. You can use the reader to scan single words or long pieces of text. For single words, our recommended settings are Auto Read switched on and Scan Mode set to Replace. And for longer pieces of text, we'd recommend switching Auto Read off and setting Scan Mode to Append.